What if you could order the perfect boyfriend the same way you order food online? Someone who shows up on time, says the right words, makes everyone jealous, and disappears when the job is done. No heartbreak, no drama, no complicated emotions, just a perfect relationship. On demand. Sounds like a dream, right? But sometimes the things that look perfect at the beginning are hiding the biggest problems. And when feelings start to become real, the rules of the game can destroy everything. In a busy city where everyone seems to be moving forward with their lives, one girl feels completely left behind. Her name is Lina. Every day she watches her friends posting happy photos with their partners. Engagements, anniversaries, romantic dinners. It feels like everyone has found love, except her. At family gatherings, the same question always appears. When will you bring someone special? At first she laughs it off, but inside it slowly begins to hurt. She starts to feel like something is wrong with her, like she is missing something everyone else already has. One evening, Lina attends her cousin's wedding. The hall is full of music, laughter, and couples dancing together. She tries to enjoy the celebration, but every moment reminds her that she came alone again. Her relatives keep asking about her love life, and each question feels heavier than the last. She smiles politely, but deep inside, she just wants to disappear from the room. While everyone celebrates love, she feels like an outsider watching a world she doesn't belong to. Later that night, she sits alone outside the wedding hall, scrolling through her phone to distract herself. That's when she notices something unusual. An advertisement suddenly appears on her screen. The words are simple but shocking. Boyfriend on demand. The perfect partner for any occasion. At first, she thinks it must be a joke or some kind of strange prank, but the more she looks at it, the more curious she becomes. The ad promises confidence, charm, and a perfect companion who will make every moment look real. Lina clicks the link almost without thinking. The website looks professional, clean, and strangely convincing. It shows smiling couples at parties, weddings, and family events. According to the description, the service allows people to hire trained companions who can act as their partners in public. The profiles are detailed. Each boyfriend has different personalities, hobbies, and styles. Some are funny and playful. Others are calm and romantic. It feels less like a joke and more like a secret world hidden inside the internet. At first, Lina laughs at the idea. Renting a boyfriend sounds ridiculous, but then she remembers the faces of her relatives asking questions. She remembers the feeling of standing alone while everyone else danced with someone special. Slowly, the idea stops sounding silly and starts sounding tempting. What if this could actually solve her problem? What if she could show up somewhere with someone confident and charming by her side? Her finger hovers over the screen as she scrolls through the profiles. Each one seems perfect in a different way. Friendly smiles, confident eyes, carefully written descriptions. It almost feels like choosing a character in a movie rather than a real person. She tells herself this is just for fun, just to see how it works. But deep inside, a small voice is whispering something else. Maybe this could change everything. After a long moment of hesitation, Lina finally presses the sign-up button. A simple form appears, asking for her name, her event, and the type of boyfriend she wants. The page ends with one sentence written in bold letters. A perfect relationship, exactly when you need it. Lina takes a deep breath before typing her information. She still isn't sure if this is a brilliant idea or a terrible mistake. But sometimes when life feels stuck, even the strangest choices can look like the only way forward the next morning. Lina wakes up thinking the whole thing was just a strange late-night decision. For a moment, she even wonders if she imagined the website. But when she checks her phone, a new notification appears waiting for her. It's a message from the company. The subject line reads, "Your boyfriend on demand request has been accepted." Her heart suddenly beats faster. This is real. The message explains that her request has been reviewed and matched with one of their top companions. His name is Adrian. According to the profile, Adrian is confident, intelligent, and extremely good at social situations. He knows how to make conversations feel natural and how to leave a strong impression on everyone he meets. Lina scrolls through his photos slowly. He looks calm, well-dressed, and somehow very trustworthy. The kind of person who can walk into a room and immediately make people feel comfortable. At the bottom of the message, there is one more detail. Adrian will meet her in person before the official event so they can prepare their story. Lina reads the sentence twice, still trying to understand what she has gotten herself into. This isn't just a simple hire. The company wants everything to look completely real. Later that afternoon, Lina arrives at a small cafe where the meeting is scheduled. She sits near the window, nervously tapping her fingers on the table. Part of her still hopes the whole thing might be canceled somehow. But then the door opens, and someone walks inside who looks exactly like the photo she saw on the profile. Adrian. He scans the room for a moment before his eyes land on her. A polite smile appears on his face as he walks toward the table with calm confidence. Lina suddenly forgets what she was planning to say. When he finally sits down across from her, the situation feels strangely normal, almost like a real date. Adrian speaks first. His voice is relaxed and friendly. He thanks her for choosing the service and begins explaining how everything works. According to him, the company trains every companion carefully. Their job is simple: create the perfect experience without letting anyone suspect the truth. They study their client's life, their family, their friends, and even their habits so their relationship feels natural in every moment. Lina listens carefully while trying to hide how nervous she feels. Adrian explains that before the event, they need to build a believable story. How they met, how long they've been together, small memories they can mention during conversations. Everything must sound real if someone asks questions. He asks Lina about her family, her job, and the wedding she is planning to attend next week. As they talk, he writes small notes on his tablet, organizing details like a professional preparing for an important performance. At first, Lina feels awkward sharing personal information with someone she barely knows. But Adrian's calm attitude slowly makes it easier. Then he explains the most important part of the service. There are rules. The relationship must stay professional at all times. No real emotional attachment. No private contact outside scheduled events. And when the contract ends, the connection ends as well. Clean and simple. Lina nods, as if the rules are obvious. But something about them feels colder than she expected. It reminds her that this whole situation is built on pretending. Adrian isn't actually interested in her life. He is simply doing his job. Still, as their meeting continues, Lina begins to notice something surprising. Adrian is incredibly good at making everything feel natural. His jokes are light and effortless. His questions show careful attention to detail. At one point, they even laugh together about a silly story from Lina's childhood. For a few brief moments, it almost feels like she is talking to a real boyfriend instead of someone she hired before leaving. Adrian reviews their final plan. At the wedding next week, he will arrive with her as her partner. They will act like a couple who has been dating for 6 months. Confident, comfortable, and completely believable. If everything goes well, no one will question their relationship, as Adrian stands up to leave. Lina feels a strange mix of emotions. Part of her is relieved that someone will finally stand beside her at the wedding. But another part of her feels nervous about how icily this fake relationship is starting to feel real. When Adrian walks out of the cafe, Lina watches him disappear into the busy street. She reminds herself that this is just a service, just a temporary solution to avoid embarrassment. But deep down, she doesn't realize that this small decision is about to change much more than just one wedding. The wedding night finally arrives, and everything looks perfect on the outside. Lina walks into the hall with Adrian beside her, and just like he promised, he plays his role flawlessly. He holds her hand, smiles at her family, and talks with her friends like he has known them for years. For the first time in a long while, Lina doesn't feel alone in a crowded room. People whisper about how perfect they look together. Some even say they are the most beautiful couple at the wedding. But while everyone else sees a happy relationship, something else is happening beneath the surface. The more time Lina spends with Adrian, the harder it becomes to remember that everything is just an act. His small gestures feel real. The way he looks at her feels real. And slowly, A dangerous thought begins to grow in her mind. What if this isn't just a job for him? As the night continues, Lina notices something unusual. Adrian breaks one of the company's biggest rules. For a brief moment, he forgets the script they prepared. His reaction, his smile, the way he protects her during an awkward conversation with relatives, none of it feels like acting anymore. It feels genuine.